Welcome to EDN113, Assignment 1, Marking Guide Workshop. We'll begin by looking at the marking guide for Assignment 1. The first part of the assignment marking guide, you'll find that it provides you with information on the due dates and the marks that's assigned to this assignment. There's an important notice at the bottom of that paragraph, and it states that this is a summative assessment and that your work and your resources need to be publicly viewable and by the time it's submitted, because if it's not, then it will not be marked. So please make sure that you get a third party to check your work. Somebody that's not in your group, that doesn't have editing rights or viewing rights on your page prior to submitting, so that they can check and see whether all your links are publicly viewable. Now, part A was the evidence sheet that you already handed in, and we'll quickly go through it just so that you understand when you get your marks back that you got 1 point for submitting evidence in the 5 activities. And then you got a further 1 mark if whatever you submitted were satisfactory. So that gives you 2 marks for every activity, with a total of 10 marks. Looking at the group project plan, and that is what due on Tuesday next week, you'll find that each part of the group project plan is assigned a certain mark. If you look at page 3, the column that you need to fill in there, you'll have to list your name and then the end product technology that you're going to use, and then you need to briefly write down how that end product and the technology used to create it addresses the characteristics of meaningful learning. Now, just on another note, only 1 group member need to submit, and make sure that you pick somebody reliable so that your assignment is submitted on time. Let's move on. The next part of the marking guide is actually in rubric form. You'll find the first part is the group wiki, and there we will look at the content and the accuracy of it. We also look at the appropriateness for the year level that you're focusing your project on. Next up, we will look at the alignment between the task, the process, the resources that you're using, and the evaluation that rubric that you created. We will go on and look at the WebQuest presentation. That includes visuals like images used, the overall layout of the WebQuest, spelling, grammar, all the things that makes it attractive to look at and visually pleasing. Please note that Grammarly is a good spell and grammar check to use, and it can also help you to check for plagiarism. Use it. It's free from the uni website, so download it and use it. The best thing that I've found in the past is do all your writing up in Word, do your spelling and grammar checks first, then copy and paste it onto your website. Right, next up is the evidence of your research and the ethical use of the internet. There we will look at attributes for images used, acknowledgement and referencing of other people's work. So make sure that you do your referencing correctly and do the attributions to others' work. And the last part is the individual pages. Now, On your group wiki, your last page would be your About Us page, and from there you will then create one sub page for each member that is called an About Me page, and your About Me page will have an introduction to yourself. Now, on the website that I created, as an example, I made another sub-page under the My About Me page, wherein I explain how the project and the end product and the technology used is addressing the characteristics of meaningful learning. Including in that one page, I also included a copy of my end product. This is not where the end product, the only place where the end product is going to be. I just included it in this part to make it easy to view the end product when looking at your explanation on how it is addressing the characteristics of meaningful learning. When looking at your end product will be in the procedure part, and that we will look at how it addresses the rubric. Is it age appropriate? Is the language appropriate? So have a look at those things when you create your end product. So make sure that you have your rubric set up first prior to creating your end product, so that you know your end product addresses all the things that it needs to for the rubric. And that brings us to the end of our marking guide workshop. I will upload the workshop web quest within the next few days, giving you time to look at it prior to starting your actual web quest. Thank you for listening.